to the engine.
All right, your phone calls. Craig, Gary, Danny, Bill, Kelly, Michael, they're all coming up. I'm going to get into the hate crime legislation. I mean, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe the House has passed a bill that says basically no free speech in America. I mean, this is like the Soviet Union. It's really happening. And I'm not going to shut up. And at the point they're trying to send cops around to arrest people for their speech, we got to do something. And they always sell it in the name of, oh, it's to shut up a Nazi. Yeah, but if you shut up a Nazi, you just shut yourself up. So that's coming up. Punch that up on screen for folks. I want them to see this at prisonplanet.tv and also hear the headline. When I tell you that Dr. Eric Pianka, and it seems like every other major biology professor we look into who's tenured, they're calling for 90% of us to be killed. This whole thing is about eugenics, about saying that they're the elite and they decide who lives and who dies. And you can go to ABC News Australia, where they put out a kids' video game teaching kids how to kill themselves. Punch it up. There it is. ABC website tells kids when they should die. And then punch it up. Pools of blood. It teaches them, oh, you have a certain carbon footprint, and when it runs out, you've got to die with pools of blood. Based on your greenhouse emissions. Now, that said, I've seen them building towards saying that seasons aren't normal. Because first it was global freezing back in the 60s when we had a coal spell. They said, oh my God, the Earth's freezing, we got to have a global tax on carbon dioxide. Then they said, oh my gosh, in the 70s it's a warming trend, we've got to have a global warming tax. And then the last few years there's been a global cooling trend, and the UN and others have been caught on record. Steve Watson, in this article he wrote, has links to the mainstream news admitting it, lying about what the buoys in the ocean getting temperature and what weather stations worldwide were showing. They just lied and added 5 to 10 degrees on every buoy and thermostat in the world that they were measuring from. They're just liars. They're scam artists. Enron came up with this carbon tax idea. This is to tax everything you do and put it into a private derivatives account of a bunch of offshore banks. So, of course, all the big corporations are for it. I don't know. The NFL came out and said it's real. I like it. It's tough and manly. You're not against football, are you? Some kind of commie? We need home inspections. We need the kids to learn how to commit suicide for the earth. It's tough. It's conservative to pay 95% taxes. Man, I'm really obnoxious today because I'm just getting sick of everything, ladies and gentlemen. So, great story by Steve Watson up on Infowars.net. Climate change alarmist claims arrival of summer is really global warming. The same Guardian newspaper that says ban fireworks because they create carbon. Deadly carbon. In what amounts to little more than a 3-paragraph rant, a well-known British climate change alarmist has announced that the onset of a glorious spell of summer weather has uniformly silenced climate change deniers. It's the same every summer. They go, notice things are hot. That's global warming. And they're saying record heat. Austin has never been hotter. I went and looked up the record temperatures. Austin has been 112 degrees before. They're saying 105 is the hottest ever recorded. In fact, I heard that on the news this morning. Hey, guys, search the term Austin record temperature. Austin, Texas, record temperature. We'll see if it's the 105 like they're saying. In July. It's been a lot hotter than 105 in July. But they go, my God, it's hot. And the kids are like, what is it, Mommy? It's something called global warming. It used to always be snow on the ground, honey. Oh, okay, Mommy. How do I fix it? Well, you pay money to offshore banks to fund eugenics and kill people in third world countries, and then we lose all our jobs here and are dependent on them, and we live homeless on the street. Yeah, record temperatures seize Austin. Again, medics warn of heat dangers. Every year, the local news, there's KI.com, total baloney. It's not record temperatures. Now, you got a news item with them saying it's record temperatures. What I actually saw on TV this morning. Go, I saw it on News 8. Go now and put in temperature records Austin, Texas, and you'll get federal or state government. And I guarantee you it's higher than 105. I want to say it's 112 or 14. I remember a summer when I was about 9 years old in Dallas when all the grass died, the ground was cracked, the sun was like red every day in the sky, and they were saying it was 110, 114 some days. And trees were all dying everywhere. It's the sun, nothing to do with your SUVs. Did you find it? That's monthly averages from the Weather Channel. Find like Austin, Texas, record summer temperature. All-time record temperature, Austin, Texas. Find that. I know I heard 114 growing up in Dallas. I remember doing two-a-days for a week straight one time in August when it was 109 degrees, and they still wouldn't cancel the Rockwall Yellow Jackets one, but Dallas was canceling theirs because some of the kids were dying. And our coaches were all former Marines from Korea and stuff. And they're like, you little bastards, you're going to run. Here, let me see what it says here. Record heat prompts weather advisories, all-time energy consumption. Now, that's a News 8 putting out the local lie, saying 105 is the all-time record heat for July. That is not true in Texas. I guarantee it. See, you're getting current weather. You want all-time heat record Austin, Texas. Or heat records Texas. We'll get it for you. See, the reason I do this now on air a lot is it's all about the experience, just of learning data. Here, I'm going to say the news is lying to you about 105 being the record on July 4th. And so I'm going to go show you now that it's not record temperatures. The highest is 120. Yeah, but is that Austin? San Marcos, 1954, 110. That's basically Austin. That's South Austin now, San Marcos. Oh, okay, there's San Marcos right there. 110, 1954. You got to find the date on that. Find me record temperatures, Texas, in month of July. I want that. I guarantee you it's going to be over 105 in Austin. I'll bet my right arm. Man, I'm obnoxious. Okay. Anyways, let me just go ahead and, anyways, here's the article. Now they're saying basically summer doesn't exist. And they teach kids this in school. They go, it's hot outside. And the little 5-year-olds are like, you're going to die. And the atmosphere is going to boil off the planet. And you're all going to burn to death if we don't have global warming. Now you go tell mommy, here's a list of carbon crimes. And of course, they don't tell the 5-year-olds that. They just scare them when they're 5. But by the time they're in the 3rd, 4th grade, they have them with little clipboards going, Mommy, you're getting a ticket from me for the hot bath and you left the light on. Mommy, you left the water on while you were brushing your teeth. That's wasteful. My grandmother was basically doing that to me at my parents' house. 4th of July, Saturday. God bless her heart. I'm over there and she's like telling me that we shouldn't water our yard. It's a devil crime, that water's not renewable. I mean, the body snatchers have got everybody, folks, basically. Did we find the record temperatures for Austin? Yeah, well, they're saying a record high temperature of 104 degrees was set in Austin, Camp Mabry today. Airport weather, July 2009. I don't know what they're talking about. We're going to find it. Anyways, that's yesterday. That's them saying it's the record. Okay, climate change alarmist claims arrival of summer is really global warming. Some people seem to have forgotten what seasons are. Now, see, Steve Watts has now become a conspiracy theorist. He's saying there's something called seasons, folks. I've heard it. That guy's a wild nut. The Wall Street Journal ought to write a story about how he's crazy. In what amounts to little more than a 3-paragraph rant, a well-known British climate change alarmist has announced that the onset of a glorious spell of summer weather has uniformly silenced climate change deniers. London Guardian contributor George Monbiot today asked, by the way, he's a guy that signed a letter a month ago calling for world government with a group of journalists. So he wants the funding mechanism for world government. Have the climate change deniers abandoned us during the heat wave, is the headline. Oh, we abandoned. See, they know everybody's about living in the minute. Everybody's about transitory hype. And so, oh, it's hot. Oh, proven. That's like saying it's hot, so therefore the moon is made of cheese. It's like having a block of cheese in your hand going, I have cheese, therefore the moon is made of cheese. His central and indeed his only point seems to be that because it is hot at the moment in the southeast of England, this can be used to counter those who question the consensus. Of course, they lied about there being a consensus on climate change. Notice it's not global warming. See, it's climate change. Having seasons is evil. I'm not kidding. You're going to have children now arguing, going, is it true we have climate? Is it true there used to be a winter and a summer?